Welcome to MoggyBoxCraft, I'm Deborah. So today, this is the look I'm going to be creating. Neon skeleton inspired makeup. I also have a tutorial on how I made the light up fascinator, or headpiece or hat, and how I made this light up dress. Let's get started. What are you even going to need for this tutorial? Don't you worry, I'll talk you through it. I'm going to use pretty everyday makeup, some white eyeliner and some black eyeliner. Very important for this look. And I've got some face gems as well. One does enjoy a little bit of sparkle. So let's get started. My skin is clean and fresh. So to prep my skin, I've moisturised, popped on a little bit of this Illamasqua Hydra Veil. Then I've sprayed my face with setting spray. I like to do this step before makeup. Because my skin's really oily, the makeup breaks down really quickly otherwise. So you might have to do this step, you might not. Let's move on to foundation. So I'm going to be using Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Foundation in the colour Too Fair. Good blah 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 everywhere. This foundation is really light, which is perfect. I'm just going to buff that into my skin. This will give me a nice base for my makeup to stick to. Don't forget your neck. And I'm just going to dab over that with a dry beauty blender. So unfortunately I don't have any eyeshadow primer. I've got concealer. Eyeshadow primer would be better, but I don't have that. So we're going to use this instead. I'm going to use Milani Conceal and Perfect in 115 Light Nude. I'm going to pop that all over my eyes, over my cheeks as well. I know this is going to look crazy. It's all going to make sense. Well, let's buff that in, shall we? Now I'm not going to set all of this. I'm only going to set maybe a tiny bit under here, tiny bit here, and this sort of section of my face. Because I want this makeup to be a little bit more wet, so when I start doing my designs in the eyeshadow, it'll stick to it. I'm setting using Cover FX in light 9A11. 9A11? Okay. I'm mostly going to set down here, a little bit here, a little bit along the forehead. I'm going to set most of this side. So for the eyeshadows, I'm going to be using the Jawbreaker palette and the Conspiracy palette. Obviously you can use whatever eyeshadows you like, but I'll be using the Jawbreaker palette and using this shade Gumdrop, maybe a little bit of Cotton Candy, and this one up here, Suck. That's some name, isn't it? And eyeshadows from the Conspiracy palette. Both of these are by Jeffree Star. So I'm mostly going to be using probably Flaming Hot and Trisha are the main colours I'll be using. So if you can find colours like this, or colours you like in any palette, just use the ones you have. So I'm going to start off with all the neon colours, where my teeth are, to highlight the nose, and the eyeshadows. The first colours I'm going to use is this orange here, Suck, and maybe a tiny bit of this one, F-U-C-K. So this is quite a nice bright orange. This is nearly like a bright pastel coral. It's lovely. Mix the two together. So if you see me looking down, I've got a mirror. I'm just going to paint on little blobs of eyeshadow in a sort of teardrop shape and marry that up on the bottom, like a mirror image. I'm going to do another two like this, keeping them quite close together. Using that same colours, I'm going to pop some into the corners of my eyes here as well. Now I'm just using a patting motion because I want maximum coverage and maximum colour. Oh, and a whole lot of fallout, hold on. Oh, and a dog hair, excellent. We probably need a bigger brush for this, but I don't really want to have to dirty another brush. Maybe a tiny bit in the inner corner as well. Why not? This is when my eyes start watering. And I'm going to do the same at the other side. Although with this side, I'm not going to go into that under eye area. This is fine. I'm going to pop a little bit here on my nose. A tiny bit up this side as well. This is how the orange eyeshadow should look at this stage. So I'm going to go in right with this red here, Flaming Hot. I might dip into this red here as well, Licorice. I'm going to do two more teeth like this. And then when I hit the corner of my mouth, I'm just going to blend them together. The last orange one here, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of red in there, just to help it blend together. where you've done your orange at the nose, just do a little bit of the red here again. A little bit of red in there. Blend that red into where the orange is. Bring it up the nose a little bit more. A bit more red in here. Dab, dab, dab. Oh, this is such a gorge colour. A little bit of orange to blend. And this side as well. And I am going to put a tiny bit of red under here, under my eye. I'm getting so much fallout, it's not even funny. But I don't really mind that. I can fix that later. Now the red's on. That's how it looks. Moving on to the pink. I'm going to use this lovely pink sparkly one, Trisha. I'm going to mix that with a little bit of this light pink here, Bubblegum. I'm just going to do two little pink lines there. And again, a little bit of a pink here, at the top of the nose. I want this to come down more into a point. And I'm just going to match up in here. Blend the pink into where the red is. Same on the other side. And a tiny bit under this eye as well. Well, not a tiny bit, a lot. I'm going to go back and put a little bit of red under this eye as well. Blend it in with the pink. And now we start the fun bit. Well, it's all fun. Still using this pink. Between the two red teeth, I'm going to start popping in a small arc. Is that what we're calling it? A little line under there as well. That's how the pink eyeshadow should look. On to the purple. I'm going to use this sort of lilac-y purple here. Gumdrop. I'm going to do another two teeth in here. Well, they will be teeth. I'll try and blend that in a little bit to the pink. Oh yes. I'm going to connect this on my nose here. Blend that into the pink. Just a tiny bit. And you guessed it, we're going to blend the purple into the pink and taking this up in a little swoosh like a cat eye. I mean, look at that pigment. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, the fallout is crazy. I mean, look at it in the pan. Blend that slightly into the pink. Continuing on with that purple. Creating a curved line. There's a kind of contour jawline. A little bit more pink to blend that edge. So this we're going to bring this up. Like so. Blend those two lines together. That's all the purple eyeshadow done. I'm going to go ahead and pop on some setting spray just to keep this part in place. I will be adding more eyeshadow a little bit later, but for the moment we need this to stay in place. Let that dry for a minute. So I'm going to try and make this makeup look neon. So to do that, I'm going to use this lip pigment in white. You could use a really light concealer for this as well. I have tried this makeup look a few times now, and concealer does just the same job, but for full effect I am going to use a white lip pigment. This is the one I have. Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment. Psychedelic. It just says Pro. This is pretty inexpensive. I'm sure I got this from Beauty Bay. To do this bit, you're going to need some fine artist brushes. Although I have no idea what size these brushes are, but these are the size of brushes I'm using. They're really not very big, but just great for detailed work. Just scrape this out onto the top here. Just use a tiny bit at a time. I'm just going to paint on a sort of teardrop shape. You're going to want a pretty steady hand to do this. But I like to start off with the triangle section first and then do the rounded part. Try to leave a tiny bit of eyeshadow on the outside. You can always touch this up later if you need to. Just carry on doing the rest of your teeth. And then you want to put another line all the way through here and another line around your nose. And then we'll get on to the eyes. So the white liner is mostly done around my nose around the teeth and the jaw. I'm now going to attempt to do some more white eyeliner at the top of the eye here with a winged liner. You'll see what I mean when I do it. Just still using the same liquid lipstick. I think the trick to this is just doing tiny bits at a time because it is really fiddly. You definitely don't want to be doing this in a rush. And I'm just using a clean brush to help clean up my lines. Really makes a difference. Under the eye is definitely going to be a lot more tricky. So that's the white liner done. Now we're going to start making it all come together with some black eyeliner. I've got some Jouer Kitten Liner in jet black. I'm now going to go ahead and fill in the areas that I want to be black, and I'll probably go over that with some black eyeshadow. So I want to fill in my nose, in between my teeth, some detail work in here and around the eyes. I'm going to fill in around the teeth at the bottom here, do tiny bits up in between the teeth, do my nose detail and then eyes. I have very carefully filled in underneath that teeth. I'm now going to put in some shadow. I'm going to need a line under here. Oh no, my eyeliner's running out. I'm going to do the same to this bottom line as well. Gosh, this is tricky to do. That line might not get any better. Oh no, my eyes are in. That is definitely the last thing you want. I'm going to put a few decorative lines in here. Add a little bit of depth. Time to do the nose. No, I'm going to have to use a different eyeliner. I've got another one by Rimmel, so that'll do the trick. And when you're doing this, don't go right up to the white line you've already painted on. Leave a tiny bit of colour and then the white line. Now I'm going to outline my eye. I want it to look more like a socket and a skull, but with just that pop of colour. So I'm going to basically leave a little bit of colour with the white in the middle. Everything else in here and outside will be black. So it kind of looks like a neon strip. This is the bit I really don't want to mess up because it's really hard to fix. My black outline is done. So I'm going to go ahead, fill in this eye and my nose. We're starting to get somewhere. Now for some shadowing and some detail work. I'm going to use this black down here, my rides here, using another little detail brush. Going to blend in some of these edges. Let's finish doing this eye. In here, I'm going to put a little bit of black here as well. Is it possible to blend that in with the purple? Let's try it. We're going to cut this crease. I'd say that's a straightforward job, but it never is. On top of that, I'm going to pop this shimmery white Ranch. And let's blend that two together with this gunmetal grey Sleep Paralysis. I'm going to pop on some winged eyeliner, do this eyebrow, put some lashes on, and I'll be right back. And we're back with lashes and liner. Let's get on with this side of the face. Try to dust off as much fallout as possible. It's probably much more sensible to do your base last, but it's quite difficult with this makeup. Let's do a little bit of contour, shall we? A little bit of blush. A little bit of highlighter. Okay, a lot of highlighter. Right here, maybe a tiny bit in here. And I can't decide which lipsticks to do. Do I go red or pink? I'm going to use another one of these little detail brushes for this. I'll be using this in the colour What the F. It is a beautiful bright pink. Because I don't have very big lips, so I'm going to completely overdraw them. Tiny little bit of concealer around the lips. And blend that in. I'm gonna pop a few gems around here. And we're done! I'm gonna do my hair, put my costume on, and show you what it all looks like together. Makeup's done, costume is on. Time to play that Halloween montage. I hope you've enjoyed this neon skeleton inspired makeup tutorial. If you'd like to see how I made my dress and my headpiece, I'll put a link up here and in the description box below. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, share and subscribe. Of course, subscribing is optional, but it's very much appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I need a little bit of a coffee break. Keep me going. I've definitely started this project far too late at night. We get an invasion here by the dogs, maybe. Can you hear the dogs in the background? They've come to investigate what I'm doing. Thanks for that, Chico. Oh, you guys, you're really close. Ooh, maybe a bit too close. The amount of brushes I've gone through today are crazy.